Hey y'all, what is going on? This is Jesse Both from the 19th hole. First off, I want to say Merry Christmas. Hopefully y'all have a Happy New Year. This is going to be a pro playthrough for the current Christmas tournament. I was able to play a few accounts, put this video together. Hopefully it'll be of some use to some of you who are playing in the Christmas tournament. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with hole number one. So we got hole number one, par 4, and this is a hole that we're going to be playing with our extra mile and either a thorn or hornet, depending on which of those clubs you prefer. Plus 10% is going to be the elevation for this first shot, and we're going to be using, as I said, the extra mile for this shot. So you want to use topspin, and then you want to use your side spin to kind of shoot the gap up here through this fairway. For me, I use right spin, so topspin and right spin. And you just want to judge your wind here. You have 5.4 wind, so you want to judge the landing zone and then make your adjustment for the shot, and then try to hit perfect for sure. I wouldn't worry about any curl on this shot, just hit perfect and try to make your shot go through this fairway as smoothly as possible. As you see, mine is perfectly down the middle, and this is definitely a hole where you can start writing down your drive distances to help you dial in your second shot. So for the second shot, you're going to see me playing minus 10% on the shot, and I'm going to be using, see, what club do I have here? Either the hornet or the thorn. All right, I got the thorn here. A little bit farther than I want to be down the fairway, so I'm going to use a little bit extra backspin here on this shot. And we just want to really put this ball guide into the hole. We do have a tailwind, so we'll get a little bit extra push from this wind as well. You want to make sure you have your shot lined up where you can make the adjustment without going in between clubs. Thankfully, we're at min adjustment, so that makes it pretty easy for this shot to line up with the thorn. We hit it nicely, and it gives us a nice roll into the cup. We could have come off that backspin just a tad bit and been okay, but we still got it to drop for the eagle, and that's definitely how I'd play hole number one, either going with the thorn or the hornet for your second shot, minus 10%. Hole number two, par 5. Now, we're going to be playing this one off the tee box at plus 10%, and you can play this one either to the left or to the right. I choose to play this one to the right. I think the left to right tailwind just makes this shot a little bit easier to play to the right, and it's going to set me up for a nice little sniper shot at the hole. So max top spin, use right spin as you need to kind of direct that ball towards the down the fairway. We're going to adjust for our wind, and then we're going to push up one ring at the end of this adjustment because we wanted to land a little bit farther up that fairway for maximum distance on our drive. So I said plus 10% off the tee box here. We hit that one perfect. This one's going to get a nice bounce, as you can see. And I use a katana ball here. You can definitely use other balls that you so choose, like Kingmakers or a Titan even if you wanted to. But I choose to go the cheaper route with the katana. 386. So definitely another yardage that you want to write down and kind of judge your club distance for the second shot. We're going to play this at plus 20% with about 4 bars of backspin. Then we want to kind of figure out where we're playing this shot. There's our max and our min. So we playing our shot right up about mid-distance for this shot. And there is kind of a small little funnel here. You can see me trying to find it here. I didn't have the success that some others have had. So basically, in the end, you just want to kind of line your shot up with the hole as best as you can. You have a 6.5 straight side wind. So you could possibly, offset a little bit, maybe left edge of the cup, which I did not do here. But that's definitely something that you can consider when you are setting up this shot, is a little bit of an offset with that straight side wind. So you're going to see it come in here, not bad speed, and it's going to come in just to the right of the hole. So if we had offset this one more to the left edge of the cup, we would have had a much better chance to drop it. But definitely great shot setup, and a really good chance to drop that albatross playing it to the right side. And that's the side that I would suggest playing it to with plus 20% for your elevation. If you decide to play it to the left side, then I would probably look at more a plus 30% for the shot. But I think to the right side is just going to give you the better opportunity for the albatross drop in the pro. So for here on hole number 3 is a par 3. And if you're going to play this one, off the fairway, I would play about plus 20% for your elevation. We're going to be trying a rough bump here, and we're going to be playing a 1-to-1 plus 0.2. So we just take our wind, we go 1 to 1 and we add 0.2. So you definitely want a side spin, at least side spin 2 ball here. I'm going to use a kingmaker to kind of cut down the wind a little bit here on this hole. So you want about 2.25 backspin for right spin. You want to aim this shot at the cup as best as you can, and then you're going to make your adjustment. As you can see, the trees kind of get in the way. If I had this to do over again, I may have done it the opposite direction, but this is what we had to work with. So 4.7 was our adjustment. We did hit it perfect here, and we're going to see how this one comes in. It bounces a little bit closer to the bunker than I would like for it to have bounced. So, maybe we were off on our pull angle, but, definitely not a bad way to play this hole. And I think this could definitely be a par 3 that could be dropped with enough practice. All right, so moving on to our next hole, we have hole number 4. And we're going to be playing this shot to the left side. I think the left side is the best way to play this hole, and it's going to give you the most consistent chance to drop the shot. So we're playing a plus 0% for the drive. I'm going with the extra mile here, and a katana ball. You could go up balls if you wanted to, like a kingmaker if you chose, but I'm using the katana ball here. As you see, we want to go about 1 ring into, a little bit extra. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our screen, and then we're going to push the shot up 1 ring, trying to give ourselves the maximum distance on this drive here as we can. So we hit this one perfect, and let's see where we end up. And this is going to get a really nice bounce. We played this one a little bit more aggressively than you really need to play it. We could have really done without that ring push up there at the end of our adjustment. And if we had done that, we would have been a little bit farther back. So 404, we're going to play this one at 10% downhill. If you're a little bit farther up the hill than I am, then you may want to consider playing at plus 20%. But being as far down as I am on the drive, we're going to play it at plus 10%. So we're going to go a little bit of backspin here. We're going to use just a tiny bit of side spin, just enough to straighten the ball guide out. And I think we actually ended up with no side spin, so just a backspin. And then we want to drop this one. I like to land my shot a little bit closer to the edge of the fringe. Feel like I get a more consistent bounce. And then we're going to make our adjustment here. Definitely you want to find your min and max and then figure out where your landing zone is. And that will be your adjustment. Hit this one perfect and get it in the hole for the eagle. So just remember, I would say somewhere around 1 to 2 bars of backspin on that shot. And, you just want to do your best to line it up and figure out your club percentage, whether you're at min, mid, or max, or maybe 25 or 75%. Hole number 5 here, par 3. We're going to be playing this one with the sniper, and we're playing the rough bump. We need we need a side spin 3 ball here, so at least katana. I would suggest a kingmaker or special ball if you have one with side spin 3. 1 to 1 plus 0.5 is our adjustment, and we're going to aim right edge of the cup. This is definitely, I would say it's a great proof shot just because of the way the wind is pointing on this hole. So definitely, I don't think this is one to worry about as far as, great left or great right really messing you up too bad. We get a nice bounce there, and we came really close to dropping this one. So definitely, we played that one at 0.5. We could maybe instead, add a little bit extra to that, or maybe offset it a little bit more to the right on the shot. So we get the putt in here, and then we're going to move on to hole number 6. Hole number 6 is one of those holes where I think it's just important to try to put yourself in position to get the eagle. And, if you possibly get lucky and get the drop for the albatross as well, but this is definitely going to be more than likely an eagle must hole. Just don't mess up yourself. Make sure you get the eagle. So we're looking at kind of a power shot there. With the APOC, we decide to change it and just go to the shot to the right-hand side and play it safe. You could possibly go up that left fairway to a point where you can maybe try some sort of a rough bump, but I think to the right side is the safer play and the smarter play. So extra mile here. We're kind of looking at our landing zone here, And then we're going to use a little bit of right curl. Or maybe we're not. We don't use right curl in this division. Plus 10% for the elevation. And this one comes in nicely. You want to use top spin and right spin to put your ball as far up this fairway as possible. The farther you get up the fairway, the better position you are for the second shot, and the safer second shot it gets. So for the second shot here, we're playing plus 0%. As you see, I have the sniper. If you're able to put your drive up the fairway a good distance, the sniper will definitely do. So we're going to go full left spin. We're going to go a little bit of top spin here. And then we're just trying to aim our ball, you know, as best as we can to get on that green. And then we're going to use some curl to kind of take that shot back towards the hole. So 0% max adjustment, and pay attention to the curl amount I used right there. That's going to come in pretty nicely, and it's going to give us a look at the albatross. But definitely keep in mind you do have that nice backstop right there around the back edge of that green. Just in case you do too much topspin, you should still be okay. The reason why you want your ball guide to be short of the hole on that green is because, as you can see from this picture, the slope down to the green is a pretty good slope. So once you hit that slope, the ball is going to actually roll a lot farther than the ball guide does show. So definitely keep that in mind, that the ball guide does lie on that hole. Hole number 7, this is going to be probably your best chance at the ace as far as a par 3 goes. We're going to be using, you can use a katana or a kingmaker here with your sniper. And for this shot here, we're playing with 1 bar topspin, no side spins at all. We're going to be playing a 1-to-1 adjustment, and you want your third bounce to be just on the kind of the fringe area of the of that third little area. You want to aim your ball guide just right of the cup, and you want to just hope to get that good roll. So, you know, we're going to aim this one right along that right edge of that white row of squares. That way we know if we miss, then we can, you know, we can make adjustments to that shot as we need. So let's see where we come in with this shot here. We hit this one perfect. It's going to get a nice bounce, as you can see. There's our 1 bounce, our second bounce, and then our third bounce. And we get a nice roll right there. And that is so close that I would not change the way that I line that shot up. I would guess it was more of an issue with my my pull of my rings, and not an issue of the lineup on the shot. So yeah, I would aim right along the right edge of that white row of squares towards the cup. All right, hole number 8 here. And this is definitely a hole where you can drop the shot for the eagle for sure. And you can play it to the right side or to the left side. With the right to left tailwind, I prefer to play it to the left side. Definitely be sure you don't use too much topspin here. I think I used 1.5 bars of topspin on this shot. You know, using more topspin, good chance you're going to roll through into the rough. You could possibly go with a berserker and a power bomb shot here on this hole if you have higher level clubs, and you would play that shot on that right fairway, trying to get down to that next level. So we played that shot there at plus 15%. This next shot here is plus 30% is the way we're going to play it here. And we have our Goliath here. So we're playing plus 30% with our Goliath. And we're going to be playing at, you know, kind of right at about mid-distance on our Goliath. So we're going to put some backspin on this shot here. A little bit of right spin. And then we're going to aim this one kind of like at the right edge of the cup. Kind of just giving us a little bit extra for this right to left wind. As you can see, that ball is lined up right edge of the cup. Plus 30% here, mid-adjustment on this Goliath shot. And you're going to see we have this one perfectly centered in our shot circle. We hit it perfect. It's going to come in with a nice bounce and the roll, and we got the drop for the ace. Hit the pin. So definitely a really good adjustment. I definitely would make sure to reiterate that you need to aim that one right edge of the cup to give you a little bit of extra for that right to left wind push. All right, hole number 9 here. We're going to be playing this one at plus 5% off the tee box, trying to set ourselves up to the left-hand side for a possible shot with our sniper at the hole. Maybe end this one off with the albatross would be a sweet ending to a decent playthrough, considering we only played a maximum of 2 rounds. All right, so what we're doing here, we're just trying to get this shot as far down the fairway as we can. I'm using a Kingmaker ball. You don't have to use a Kingmaker ball here, especially if you have higher level clubs like an Extra Mile 8. You know, keep in mind I'm using a 6 here on this shot. We hit this one well, and it's going to get down the fairway. You know, we could have definitely gone with a little bit extra overpower on this shot to give it a little bit extra of a push. And, you know, or we could have gone with like a Titan to give it extra push. But we're at about 400 yards. That's not a bad spot to be. So for this next shot here, we're going to go with about 4 back, 2 right spin. And, you know, trying to see if we can find any kind of a funnel here on this hole. This is a hole that, you know, it definitely pays to have a higher level sniper on, to have that full ball guide. And we're just going to do our best here to kind of aim this one at the hole. You know, I think we could have gone with a little bit more backspin on this shot. And, you know, we had half the blue ring in the rough line, so it's definitely important to pay attention to the different aim points that we have so that we can try to improve it the next time we play this hole. We hit it perfect. It comes in, as you can see, you know, a little bit hot. And, you know, from there, we can make adjustments to the way that we do aim for this shot the next time around. I played that one at plus 10%. Appreciate y'all being here for the pro playthrough. Hopefully y'all enjoy your Christmas and New Year's, and good luck to you all in the Christmas tournament. God bless.